Oh yes, liver. Liver, chop, 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 chop. Yes, yes, yes. My mom is coming, greeting you. Just be straight. Thank you. What will you do with you? You can walk around, take the video. Thank you so much. Now let us get seated. Let us be seated. All right. Are we there? We said we want to welcome visitors. Yes. And we warmed ourselves up. Yes. Has the visitor come? Yes. Have you seen the visitor? Yes. Right hand up. Then shake the hand. Sema karibu. Karibu. Karibu mheshimiwa. Karibu mheshimiwa. At what school? Huruma Girls High School. Are we good ladies? Yes. Is she a good mother? Yes. Where's the last clap? All right. Now I say today is your day. Yes. Because you have been visited by the Women Rep of Nairobi. And the Women Rep of Nairobi is one of the women reps in this country. Are we together? Yes. And we said she carries the biggest position because she's the Women Rep of Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. And today, we will not take much time. Are we together? Yes. But we have many visitors that has come with her. Yes. Yeah. All right. Hebu wapi nuru ya principal yetu? You can see how they look like? Yes. Those wonderful ladies were once like you. Yes. And they wore the uniform the way you are wearing yours now. Yes. And today we have a women rep. Came from this kind of a situation. Again, we have a principal, isn't it? Yes. Who was also a student. Why don't we clap for them? So tomorrow, you will be either one of them, or you will be more greater than them. And some of you will be flying with the aeroplane like Pilots? The engineers? Doctors? Of tomorrow? Laugh for yourself. Now, the reason why I say today is the day, we have the Member of Parliament who is here with us, Honorable Esther Passaris. The fact that she's a women rep of Nairobi, she is a Member of Parliament. Are we there? And we have a group called Kewopa. Can you see something there?
Yes.
Can somebody read for me aloud?
Kenya Women Parliamentary Association.
Wow. Yes. Kenya Women Parliamentary Association. So all parliamentary women in Kenya, they have an association. Yes. Are we there?
Yes.
You will be asked some questions in a short while, so be ready. Take your mind out now, out of the box. Start thinking. Are we together? Yes. Start thinking, because we have goodies for you. So the association is here together with the Women Rep of Nairobi. They have done this to many schools, and Mheshimiwa thought that it was good for her to come to Huruma Girls and meet with wonderful daughters. Are we there?
Yes.
Yes. So I've told you, be ready. There are a few questions you will be asked. If you answer well, you will be given something good. Are we there?
Yes.
Apart from that, from the Secretariat of the Women Parliamentary Association, they have good things they want to talk to you. Are we there?
Yes.
Now, because they want to talk to you, they will teach you some other things that you need to understand as you continue growing. Yeah. And before I now invite the principal to welcome us in her school, we want to thank God. Is that okay?
Yes.
And I'm asking Madam to come here and pray for us. And pray. Thank you. Hebu tumpigie makofi kwanza. Halafu tupeane heshima kidogo kusimama. Baada ya kuomba, tutakuwa na wimbo one stanza of national anthem. Then we'll sit down. Karibu mama.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mrs. Kilonzo Annie, standing in front of you, Trustee Chawanji. I know Principal will welcome you officially. It's wonderful to have you today with us. It's a blessing. Let's believe and pray. Almighty Father, we come before you this morning. We thank you for this beautiful day that you've given upon us, Lord. We thank you for the gift of life, the gift of friendship, the gift of school, the gift of girls, the gift of our able women representative in Nairobi County. Our visitor, Madam Esther Passaris. We thank you for our principal. We thank you for Kewopa and all the associations and all that pertains to this special group of women. We ask that you, whatever we share with our girls today, shall benefit the girls who we are here because of them. Were it not for them, we wouldn't be here. We thank God for this beautiful school, Huruma Girls, a blessed school, a school that is turning out women that will make changes in this great nation of Kenya. As we start this meeting, we invite you to this meeting, Lord. We ask for your blessings, Lord. Whatever we share, be in our presence. It's in Jesus' name we do pray and believe.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Just as we are standing, please, we're gonna sing one stanza for the national anthem. And I want one lady to lead us. Yes, very good.
Mungu nguvu yetu.
Madam Women Rep, and request for us as a school to sing our school anthem. Simami ya Mungu na rehema,
Rabana mkuu na Mungu wa wote, adui zake twainua mikakati, msalabani twamsikia. Tupe imani Mwokozi, uwe nasi hatarini, satakiri kujitolea kwa imani isiyofifia. Satakiri kujitolea kwa imani isiyofifia.
Let us get seated. Thank you so much. It is my pleasure now. As she's working on the mic, we now want to start because we do not want to take much of your time. Are we together? Yes. If possible, we'll go for at least 1 hour. Yes. Is that okay? Yes. So I want the timekeeper. Who is the timekeeper today? Here. Good. What time are we starting? 10:50. So 11:50 we are done. Good. Now, microphone. Basi kwa hivi sasa nataka kuchukua nafasi hii nikaribishe the principal ili aweze kutukaribisha. Kuna shida kidogo. Si madam ako na sauti? Yeah, I know. Let us just come over and let us put our hands together. Do sasa chapa. There you go. Welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Our MC today. So, our Madam Pasaris, Nairobi County. Our Sub-County Director of Education, Mr. Koigi. The team of Kenya Women Parliamentary Association. We are also expecting our DCC in a short while. Our teachers, Form 1 teachers, Form 1 class teachers, ladies and gentlemen, and the Form 1s. Good morning.
Good morning.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good and that is nature. Wow.
So we are excited this morning to receive our guest today, the women rep. She was here on Monday and she promised to come back in style, and we can see she's here. Let's clap for her. So thank you, ma'am, our mom in the county and the mom of these girls. We associate with you as our mother, and we can see that it's a mother that cares, a mother that keeps promises. So this morning we have the Form 1s representing the whole school, because we have the Form 2s and the Form 3s going on with the end of term examination. But this is enough to show you that Huruma Girls is a welcoming school. We were ready for you and feel most welcome. We are happy to have you and your group, and they are very eager to listen to you and to hear what word of advice you have. We really appreciate the care and the concern you have for the county, and more so for the girl child. We understand what you do in the midst of your very busy schedule. You have time to come and sit for a whole hour with our girls. We don't take that for granted. We really appreciate. So before I invite Madam, I also want to say that we were going on with our Parents Association meeting, and they will join us so that they can also welcome our guests. I want to invite our Sub-County Director of Education, now that he's here, to invite our guests. in the sub-county, Makadara sub-county. Let's welcome him. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Principal. Our chief guest is a woman there. Actually, she's a super MP for the county. You know, I call her super MP because when the other MPs are representing small areas, which we call constituencies, she represents the whole county. And her work is a lot. She's just like a governor.
Yeah.
Okay? Unasikia governor?
Yeah.
Governor is in charge of the whole county.
Yeah.
She's also in charge of the whole county. And I know she has done a lot. This week, we are also with her in another function in Highway Secondary. So you see, she's not only catering for the welfare of the girls, she is to everybody in the community. And she assisted a lot. Actually, that was the greatest hour of need. She came and assisted those people, and they were very much appreciated. It's good now. You see, she has come to your side to see the areas she can address. And actually, by the end of the day, she'll do what she can. Remember, she's catering for the whole of Nairobi. That's why our resources are very much stressed. But she's trying. Whichever little she is allocating to each area is going to assist the needy. Otherwise, Madam, we appreciate a lot. Your work is very good. And we don't take it for granted that you can even choose this school among the many to come and give their assistance. So now, I take this opportunity to tell you to raise up so that we welcome our chief guest. She will also inform us what she has brought to the school to assist you, and whatever she brings, however little it is, appreciate it na mwambie asante sana, si ndio? So sasa tutamweleza na ile 5 factorial, tuanzie na 5. Ni 10. Haya, 10.
Wow!
The sub-county director of education, the partners that are here with us from Kewopa, under the leadership of Rosemary and Urgent Action Fund, and my children. How are you?
We are fine.
How are you?
We are fine.
Are you not blessed to be alive?
We are.
Are you not blessed to be in such a beautiful school?
We are.
Yeah? So let's give God a mighty clap. That's fantastic. So, I think you've been told, my name is Esther Saris. I'm the Nairobi County Women Rep. I was elected in 2017. But I did not run only in 2017. In 2007, I tried to be the mayor of Nairobi. And that did not happen. So in 2008, the MP for Embakasi, Mugabe Were, died. And then again, I tried to become become the MP for Embakasi. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I did not win. Or I won and it was stolen from me. Okay?
Yeah.
So the third time in 2013, I ran again to become the woman rep. And I did not win. Party ways, I was in a small party. And in 2017, I ran again. So what does that tell you? Somebody give me an answer. What is that? What am I trying to tell you? Yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
I can't hear you, darling. Stand up and tell me.
You cannot quit if you lose once or twice. You keep trying so that you win.
You never give up. When you have a desire to do something, I had a desire to get into government. I had a desire to be a leader. So you never give up. You never quit. I remember having a discussion with my daughter in the dining room, and my daughter said, "Mom, not again," when she heard that I was running. "Mom, not again. Why are you going to do this again? I mean, do you like losing? I mean, you lost 3 times. Why do you want to go again? And again, you're in the wrong party. The party that wins is the party with the Kikuyus, and you're Kota Kikuyu. Why are you here? Why are you going the other side? Why don't you just go with your people?" Because that was drilled in everybody's voice, that you have to be with your people. And your people meaning your tribe. So I had 2 problems to solve to steer my children in the right direction. The first one was not to quit. Sweetie, I give up on this one? It's okay, yeah? The first one was not to quit. Okay? Not to quit. The second one, I told my daughter, I said, "You know what? I'm going to run again." But I was scared. I was so scared that what if I lose? My daughter will now say, "Okay, my mother likes losing, so she's doing this again and again." And then the 5th time, she'll probably come back and tell me the same thing. So what did I do? I went into my bedroom. I had a lot of fear because I told her, "I'm going to do this and I'm going to win." I had a lot of fear. And what did I do with that fear? I turned it into faith. Okay?
Yeah.
I turned it into faith. And I'll tell you one thing, the 3 times that I ran, I just ran. I didn't put God first. All right? That was the difference. We prayed in every meeting. We went to every church to look for votes. But in my heart, I didn't put God first. I didn't go and make a deal with God. So I went into my room and I said to God, I said, "God, you heard my daughter. I don't want to look like I'm a loser. I've never come to you and asked you for this seat. I just decided I'm going to run, and I started running. I went to church, I prayed, but to look for votes, not to pray." Okay? And that's true. By the way, let me tell you, when we're campaigning to get votes, we go on one Saturday or one Sunday, we go to 4 or 5 churches. And by the time I reach home, I ask myself, what was the sermon today? I cannot remember. I cannot remember because I was just looking for votes. So the second message I want to give you is put God first. When you wake up in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, it's become a habit of mine. The first person I greet, while I'm still in my bed, trying to tell sleep, go away, and my legs to get on the ground. Because you know that early morning sleep, man, you're just talking to yourself, no, 1 more minute, 5 more minutes, you know. I do that too. Even till today, I don't want to wake up. I want to just stay in the blanket, okay? But nobody ever gets rich by staying under the blanket, huh? And you stay under the blanket when you know you're sick. So when you got energy, you have to get out. So the first thing I do when I wake up, I say, "Good morning, God. Good morning, God. God, I love you. And I know you love me. Take charge of my day. Guide me. Walk with me. Speak to me. Tell me where I'm going wrong. Show me how to do right. Give me strength. Let me respect my parents." Right? My parents are still alive. by serving them, because they brought me into this world and they looked after me. All right? I've got a 79-year-old father who's suffering from Parkinson's, and I'm looking after him. My money goes to make sure he has a nurse. My money goes to make sure he has physiotherapy, he has the medicine. And at the end of this month, God willing, and that's what I like about the Islamic faith. You know, the Muslims have a word called inshallah, which means if God wishes. In the Bible, we say the will of God, isn't it?
Yeah.
So everything that we have, by the way, let me tell you, don't think you're here on your own, right? Because you know, you could just right now start having a fit and die. You know? So our lives belong to Him. I just spoke to a friend and I said to this friend who told me, oh, I've just landed. And I said, you know, we take so much for granted. You came from another continent. You've come back to your continent. You've arrived at the airport. You were in an aeroplane. And we just think that, oh wow, that's all that happens. But no. How many people die every day? Millions. How many people are fighting for their lives in hospital? Millions. How many people have passed away because of COVID? Millions. How many people have got terminal illnesses? Millions. You sitting here enjoying the beautiful breeze that God has given us. And by the way, when you feel the breeze, remember God. When you feel the sun, remember God. When you wake up in the morning, remember God. When you see your best friend, remember God. When you're eating your meal, do you know sometimes you eat your meal and by the time you finish, you don't even remember what you ate? Because you're quick and you're going. Chew your food, thank God. Think about how did that unga that made the ugali get to your plate? Somebody farmed it somewhere. Somebody ground it. Somebody transported it. Your school bought it. It ended up in the kitchen. Somebody cooked it. And then it ends up on your plate. And then you unaifanya hivi tu unaenda. Think about it. Think about the vegetable. By the time you put it in your mouth, by the time it nourishes your body, it gives you energy. So gratitude. Okay? You remember God and then you remember gratitude. And everything that you do. I want to tell you about a man that I once sat next to in an aeroplane, flying. And he asked me, I was about 25 years old. And he asked me and he said, how many children do you have? And I looked at him and I said, children? I'm only 25. Why are you asking me how many children do I have? I don't have any. And he goes, that's the problem. You women need to give birth and you need to give birth quickly. So I looked at him and I said, no, I'm not ready. And he goes, you see, the problem with Kenya is that we have very poor quality of human beings and citizens who don't really care about being the best that they can be. And he made me think. He told me, have you got a maid in your house? I go, yes. Have you fired your maids before? I said, many. He goes, and when you fire them, what happens? I said, if I tell them to do something right. The last one I told her to do something, I was very angry. She didn't do it right. And when I got back home, she told me, nipatie pesa yangu, mimi nataka kwenda. So he told me, you see? Why did she do that? Because she knows she'll walk out of your house and she'll go somewhere else and get a job. Okay? And then in the same place, she'll do the same thing. Nipatie pesa yangu, mimi nimechoka, nataka kwenda. So he said that in India and in China, where you have billions of people, when you apply for a job, or when a notice is put out, that there's a job here. A notice is put out on the door. There's a job for a toilet cleaner. Tomorrow morning interviews will start at 6 o'clock. There will be a queue of almost 1,000 people waiting for that job. And he says, when that person gets that job, they will put their heart and their might. My sweetie, we will have to sort out your sound system. We'll get you one so that you. It's not your fault, huh? This is. I really respect her for keeping on trying, but technology lets us down everywhere. Even the president, with all the best technology and all the money, sometimes he will go there and the mic will not work. We went to Githurai with Baba. Well, the mic did not work. We could not hear Baba. It happens. So don't worry. It's not your fault. But I love you for trying. Okay. So he said that the person who will get the job as the toilet cleaner will clean that toilet perfectly. Perfectly. Because he or she knows that there's 1,000 people waiting for that job. And in Kenya, when we get a job, we still don't look at it as something important. So let's look at the beds you make. You make your own beds?
Yes.
In the morning you make your own beds?
Yes.
Okay. So when you go to a hotel and you see a bed that is made by 2 hands, by a human being, it looks amazing. The pillow is just perfect. The mattress is nice. The blanket is folded so nicely. And then when you look at your own bed, the one that you made, everything is crooked, isn't it? So it starts with your bed, okay? So I'm giving you a challenge. Is there anybody in the school that you know that when they make their bed, or in your classroom, or in your dorm, that when they make their bed, you think, wow? Is there somebody that you want to point out? Okay, tell me who makes the bed fantastic. Okay, go on.
Helen.
Helen.
Yeah.
Okay, who's Helen? Helen, come here. I need another girl who makes her bed really well. Yeah?
Candy.
Huh?
Candy.
Kani.
Candy.
Okay, come. Is she here?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And I need one more. Yourself. I love that. I love that. Okay, come here. Come up here. Come. Feel the stage. Feel what it's like to be on stage. Okay, here. All right. So they're each going to tell you why they make their beds properly. Okay? Each one is going to give you a reason why they make their beds properly. And then the ones who nominated them will come and tell me why their beds are not made properly. Okay. Why do you make your bed properly?
The reason why I make my bed properly is because from the moment that I make it properly, I feel that I'll start the day with more motivation. I'll be motivated.
Fantastic. Who taught you how to make your bed?
My mother.
Your mother. So is your mother's bed better than yours?
Yes.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Okay. You?
I make my bed well because I feel like it's my first place, and that's where I'm supposed to start the day, and it is where I first greet my God in the morning and ask him for blessing.
Fantastic. Now, you nominated yourself. All right. Who sleeps next to her?
Diana.
Diana. Where are you? Diana, is her bed well made?
Yes.
She's very good. Better than yours.
Somehow.
Somehow. Okay. So you know what I love? You know what I love about her? The fact that she's so confident that she makes her bed properly. And all those who said and nominated somebody, you're confident that the person that you nominated makes the bed better than you. So can we make one goal, right? That we're going to start with making our beds perfect. Then we're going to start with combing our hair perfect. With taking a bath and washing everywhere perfect. With combing our hair perfect. You know, I'm so glad, head teacher, I'm so glad that, Ms. Macharia, I'm so glad that you're not making these girls shave their hair. There's a time I went to a school in the rural area, and all the girls, their hairs were shaved. Tiny like this, they all look like boys. I thought I was in a boys' school. I thought I was in a boys' school. Okay, Lupita Nyong'o has shown us that you can look fantastic with short hair, you know. And quite a number of people, like Sabina Chege also wears her hair short, and she looks amazing. But you know, girls sometimes need to have their hair, and I'm so glad to see their hair like this, you know. So one of these end of year parties, I'll bring the hairdressers here and we'll do their hair. Okay, you need to speak. You need to speak about why you think your bed is better, and how have you used that in your life, just making your bed better? No one's going to do it for you, so you do it yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was taught that outside there, no one is going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself.
So you have to work hard for yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So thank you very much. Big clap. So we engage the ones who nominated, right? And next time I want you up here because you're making the bed perfect.
Yeah.
All right? That's so important. Okay? So, now, your parents, some of them are really struggling to keep you here. And let me tell you, I was told about this school by an old girl. She brought me here on Monday, was it? Yes. I was brought here on Monday. And Florence Machel, she's an old school, and I hope she will make it, okay? And she brought me here. She brought me here because she told me that this is a very good school. It's my old school, and you should get. I needed a place for a certain girl, right? And she says this is the school. So all of you have got fantastic marks, 300 and above, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that means you are extremely clever, all right? You've got something between your ears that's working, called the brain. And remember, the brain, your brain, and the brain of Michelle Obama, and my brain, and anybody, Oprah Winfrey's brain, all right? It's the same size. There's no one who has a bigger brain. The only difference is the ones who use their brains more. They use God, they use discipline. My son wakes up at 4 in the morning every day. I think he's mad. But he told me, Mama, I'm trying to build good habits. I'm trying to ensure that I start my day early. By 5 o'clock he's in the gym, and he doesn't go to fancy gyms. He goes to Riruta, to some gym that is in a Mabati Shack, because he says that's where I get my best workout. He comes home. Today by 6:30 we were doing yoga together. All right. So he's a vegetarian. He doesn't like meat. He eats, and he's got discipline. I couldn't be a vegetarian for more than a day. I like my nyama choma. But you see, what I admire in my son is the discipline. And then he forms these habits, and then the habits become who he is. They define you, all right? So I want you all to remember that your parents, some of them have worked very, very hard to make sure that you're here. You have equally worked hard to be here. So you've got your exams in another, 3 years? Okay, you're going to Form 2 now, yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to Form 2, then 3 and 4, okay? So you need to really continue with that momentum and go higher so that you can end up in university. Now, hopefully if the BBI passes at one point or another, then you will get HELB loans that are going to be interest-free, and you'll have to pay after 7 years. It gives you a chance to straight away go to university, courtesy of your government, pay your loans after you've settled in your career and in your family, okay? So remember, settling in your family comes after university, okay? I've seen lots of girls getting pregnant. When you go home on holiday, like now you're going to go on holiday, right? Don't be cheated. A wise man once told me that nobody marries their high school sweetheart. So don't get pregnant with your high school sweetheart, okay? Good luck. That boy who's going to tell you how beautiful you are, who's going to make you pregnant, all right? That boy is going to continue with his studies. You're going to end up with a ball, a pregnancy. You're going to end up with a child. You're going to end up with challenges in life, all right? And then when he decides he wants to get married, he's not going to look at you. He's going to look at the other girl who finished her school, who is already educated, because life is getting hard, isn't it? Yes. So please, do not be cheated, okay? There's a time for everything. Do not rush, okay? My daughter used to want to go to the disco from the age of 14. By 15, I had to allow her because she was going crazy, okay? But by 18, she told me, Mama, I don't like it anymore. So you see, if she had waited to go from 18, then she would have gone from 18 to 21, isn't it? So don't rush things. Wait for the right time, okay? Wait for the right time. Do not be cheated, my dears. Do not be cheated, okay? So, another last thing I want you to think about is making promises. Promises to yourself, and promises to others. Keep your promises. So I came here on Monday, all right? And one of the first things, as we got talking with your head teacher, one of the first things I asked her is, have you got sanitary towels from the government? And this is something I'm going to take up with CS Margoha. Have you got sanitary towels? And she goes, no. All right? Because the government is supposed to provide free sanitary towels to all our public schools. We're fighting for even the private community-based schools to get it. And then your head teacher tells me, no, we've not gotten. I called the county commissioner and I said, has Nairobi received sanitary towels? And she says, no, they have not. Thanks to Urgent Action Fund, through KWAPA, which is Kenya Women Parliamentarian Association, which includes all the women in Parliament, 97 of us, right? We're going round, we've gone round to 2 schools. We went to Precious Talent where we gave 150 sanitary towels. And then when your head teacher said, no, we've not received, I made a promise. I made a promise that I will come on Friday and I will bring sanitary towels for the girls. All right? Keropa gave me 300 packets of sanitary towels for 150 students which went to Precious Talent and 150 students that is coming to you. I also called UNFPA and I said to UNFPA yesterday, can I please have some dignity bags? All right? Some dignity bags. And they said, we only have 50 in our store. Now these bags come with so many things. So many things. You've got a torch, a rechargeable torch. You've got pads. Wow. You've got panga soap. You've got toothbrush and toothpaste. You've got toilet rolls. You've got soap. You've got a whistle in case somebody's trying to attack you. You've got shaving blades. Vaseline. A comb. And of course, you've also got the bag. Oh, wow. This is, I think, a bag. A kanga if you're going to the bathroom and you want to... And you've got some Andes. We should tell them we like them pink. Huh? Yeah. Some blue Andes. All right. So, because we only received 50 bags, all right? Yeah. And the bags have so many goodies, right? I'm going to leave it to your teachers, right? To make sure that everybody here gets something. Yeah. Everybody here gets something. Now, so my first promise is fulfilled. My second promise was to make sure that the MP, together with Public Works, gets moving a new dormitory for the school. So I bring you greetings from Mheshimiwa Aladwa, George Aladwa, who's your MP. All right, I'll make sure I bring it when we're going to have the fashion week. Huh? Yeah. Okay, he says that he's definitely going to allocate some money towards a dormitory for this school. I made a follow-up phone call to Public Works, who promised me that they will get the BQ ready. Have you got it yet? Not yet. So I'm going to still make a follow-up. So that's leadership. You continue. You know, you have a concept, you have a command, and you have control. All right? So I'm going to try and make sure that by the time I'm done, we've gotten to the point where we've got money allocated towards you having a dormitory so that you're not crowded, because the government is sending more students to the school than the dormitories that you have. Another reason why I want the BBI to pass is because it raises the money for the members of parliament to be able to build more schools, more police stations, right? Because right now, when they get 100 million for the entire constituency, it's not enough, all right? We, as women reps, get only 6 million per constituency. which is supposed to do everything, which is ridiculous. But anyway, we thank God for it. You know, the little bit is better than nothing, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. With the little bit that I have 1 million shillings in my disaster fund. I've spent 800,000 because of Highway Secondary having a fire. Now, Highway Secondary had a fire. They're very good-looking boys there, just like they're very beautiful girls here. But wait until you meet after university, okay?
Yes.
Not before. All right. So, Highway Secondary School had a beautiful dormitory, which parents have done a lot to put together. The government has given money to build the structure. The school has been given money, they bought the beds. The parents gave money, the mattresses were bought, the bed sheets were bought, the towels were bought, the uniforms were bought. Now everything was gutted down. The mattresses, the beds, the clothes, the uniforms that the kids had, everything gutted down. Why? Because somebody has a criminal mind. What does somebody have?
A criminal mind.
Because you can't be normal if you want to damage somebody's property. You can't be normal if you want to push your girlfriend down the stairs because she looks better than you. All right? You can't be normal. Criminal minds start by just thought. Okay? So the school had some indisciplined boys. They suspended them. Maybe one of them came through the fence because the school doesn't have a nice wall like this. Lit up the fire on the mattresses, burnt everything down. Maybe a child was experimenting with cigarettes. All right?
Yeah.
Or a lighter. And lit the mattress without realizing, and then it gutted the entire dormitory. So we have to be responsible. What do we have to be?
Responsible.
We also have to have respect. We have to have respect. Respect for what your parents have put together. Respect for what your school has put together. Respect for what your government has put together. Okay? Because if you don't do all that, and you destroy everything, then you're pushing yourself backwards. Because that one or 2 weeks that the school students are not going to have somewhere to sleep, right? It's going to be a disaster, right? In itself. Because you're going to sleep on the floor, you're going to be cold, you don't have a blanket, you don't have uniform to go to school. We went there the next day, half of them did not have masks because everything burnt down. So please, we see it all over the country. Students burning their dorms. Let this school be different. Protect your dorms, protect your property. Protect it because you found it, because the people before you protected it. So when you leave it perfect for the people after you, isn't it?
Yes.
Because that's what we have to do. This is life. We pass it, we pay it forward, right? We pay it forward. Somebody does something good for you, you do something good for someone else. All right? So they left the school perfect for you, please leave it perfect for someone else. All right? So I want to know, you have prefects? I used to be a prefect, and then I was a head girl, and then I was a monitor. I never understood, why were we called all those funny names? Prefect, monitor, and head girl. Okay, head girl I can understand, prefect I can understand. What was the monitor? To monitor the kids. I was all three. Okay? So who's the prefect of these two? How many prefects do we have here, or monitors, or head girls? Head girls going from 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was from 4 head girl. So, can I have the 4 prefects? The class prefects. Are they here? Please, can the class prefects come here? Please come forward, the class prefects. The class prefects. So this is it. We have 5 class prefects. 6. How many are there? There are 4. And what are you? Don't prefect. And you? Don't prefect. Okay, so I want you each to tell them, why do you think you are in that leadership position? Because let me tell you something, my dears, you guys are going to be MPs in the future. Okay, I mean, I was a prefect, monitor, and head girl, and look at me, I'm an MP today, I'm a leader. It continues, all right? So each of them will tell all of you why they believe that they are leaders today, so that you can be inspired to be a leader as you move forward, okay? All right, so why do you think you're a prefect? Or say your title and why do you think you are what you are?
Madam Secretary, all our visitors present, Madam Principal, and my fellow students, good morning.
Good morning.
For those who don't know me, my name is Hailey. I'm the school's deputy speaker, and what I would really like to tell you is just that you should give the prefects respect, because you know authority from God, and we're told that leadership is from God. And yes, that's
Why are you, okay, it came from God, yes?